or because I feel like sometimes I can operate from a place of fear and have it be extremely effective.
Sure.
And other times it is not effective at all for me to be operating from a place of fear. You know, if I'm going after a goal because I'm deathly afraid of the consequences of not achieving that goal, I don't know. It seems it seems like that could work on a certain level, but oftentimes for me anyways, like for example, like if I say that I'm trying to lose weight because I'm afraid of being fat, or I'm afraid of the health consequences of being fat, like I think it's okay that that's a factor in my motivation, but I think for me anyways, operating from that place where I get up and I go to the gym because I'm afraid, and I work out because I'm afraid, and I'm eating properly because I'm afraid. Like it puts this weird twist in my mind.
Yeah, this darkness, right?
Yeah,
on
where
the
it's
goal.
where it becomes very, very anxious.
Right. I understand exactly what you're saying.
Yeah, but if I come at it and say, listen, all that stuff is true.
Right.
Like I would be fat and I would be unhealthy, and I would probably continue to not like myself if I go down that path. I do all this because I love myself.
But also,
Yeah, but also because of the consequences
right.
as well. But
Right. Both places.
yeah, exactly. Like both things are true.
Mm-hmm.
But like I gotta come at it from that love angle,
Sure.
so I can pull some of the anxiety out of the goal.
No, I totally relate. Yeah.
So yeah, like I just wanted to come back to that before we move too far past the fear that you mentioned.
No, I like it. I appreciate it. And that's one of the things that I mean from a paradigm perspective. Like, I had a guy tell me one time that the athletes that like Olympic athletes perform from two different paradigms. There's the athlete that is running for the gold. That is all they are doing, is their mind is set on winning. And there's the athlete that has the mindset, I can't lose.
Right.
Which, I mean, they both get a gold medal,
Yeah,
But-
interesting. Right. They both still get the gold medal.
but one's coming from a place of I can't lose, and one's coming from a place of I must win. Right. And I agree with you. Like, I come from both places all the time.
Right.
All the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I can just tell you what feels better for my psyche is to come at it from that love angle, and take some of the fear out of it.
Yeah.
But that's not to say that it's not there. So,
Yeah.
Interesting. And in your expression, I would wonder if there's a difference in the overall serenity and well-being of those individuals who chose to go after it with each different way of thinking.
Yeah.
Like
I know there is for me.
Yeah, exactly.
When I'm chasing money because I'm afraid of being broke, fuck, I am stressed out.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. But when I'm making money because it's abundant and I'm enjoying what I do, like, still making money.
Mm-hmm.
One of them just feels a lot better than the other.
Yep.
That's for sure.
Yep. I get that.
That's for damn sure.
So I want to kind of go back to the Mount Everest thing I'm using it as an example. Like, life kind of took on a new meaning when I started going after my dreams.
Okay.
Like life became a lot more, more thrilling and more exciting, more enjoyable. And I think with setting goals, like, I kind of want to go back to that. Like, when setting goals, like, don't put limits on yourself. Like, go after your dreams. I think that's so important that people know that. Like, like, what do you want the end of your life to look like? Like we mentioned earlier, like, when you're on your deathbed, what do you want that to look like?
Mm-hmm.
Do you want it to be, holy shit, yeah, look at all this I did? Or, holy shit, I wasted it.
Yeah.
And I like climbing Mount Everest. That's not an unworthy goal. That's a worthy goal. Like, that's something that's anyone can do now. well,
you have a lot of money.
Well, I mean, you can
Even, yeah, it
even
doesn't matter.
even
Like,
if you don't have
s-
money,
if
I think you
said
can
it-
find money to do
Right,
it,
right.
You know, somehow.
Very true. Very true.
But you know, like I think they're like you say like, what are your daily goals? Like my daily goals are the small goals, like getting up on time, you know, making sure to work on time, that I'm doing the things, I'm breaking all this stuff down, I'm accomplishing all the little tasks that are gonna get me to that, you know. And I don't know, I'm kind of rambling right now, but
Well, goals in general, on purpose, like, are absolutely important for the quality of life.
yeah, exactly, right.
I am a big advocate for creating and achieving goals. You know, I don't know too many people who regret achieving the goals that they set before them, right? Even after a few attempts. Like, you know, we always talk about David Goggins on here. And he's a great example, you know, like it seems like it took him 3 times for everything to make his goal, whatever that is, you know. And as far as like sobriety goes, like I've been trying to get sober since before I was an alcoholic, you know, like it took me a minute
Right.
to get that. And then the goal path changes, right? Like as our beliefs change, as our bodies change, as our living circumstances change, we're able to see ourselves in a different light, and we're able to kind of focus in on what goals we want, as far as, you know, what is going to give us the more quality of life, like what is going to bring us joy. And ultimately that's kind of the absolute end goal for me on a daily basis, is to end my day with peace and harmony inside of myself, you know.
Right.
Self-love, and bringing into the world this person that's able to bring in better, you know, make the world a better place. You know, I heard Jordan Peterson, and I don't know if I can quote him exactly, but, you know, inside of us there's this enormous ability to harm other people, right? Like on a general basis, like we are capable of great harm. And, you know, a great person is a person that knows that he's capable of great harm and forgoes it, right? Rather than choosing the harm, we choose the love. And that's a major goal for me, is to bring into this world, and I do that through all the actions that I have, as far as all the other little goals. You know, what kind of boss am I? My goal as a boss is to be transparent, loving, and handle my jobs and bring my employees in from a place of love and understanding, right? Because I don't want to be that guy that's emotionally distant all the time,
Right.
you know. And doing the goals as far as like exercise and health and recovery and sobriety and spirituality and learning to grow and just learning in general, all those goals create this person that is worthy of the world that's been given around me. Right. And so, yeah,
Well,
all that.
That some of what you said made sense.
Yeah, I get fucking
Nah, of course, you know I love what you say, dude. But
man.
you know, something that I thought of as we were talking is, you know, we talked about this notion. You and Nate specifically touched on this notion of like getting to the end of your life and looking back on it and thinking you didn't do enough or you didn't accomplish enough. And it's like, well, we can break that down too. And really, it's like get to the end of my day and look back on my day and say, did I do enough today?
I like that.
Did
I
I
like that.
accomplish enough today? Because for me, again, like the big picture can sometimes be overwhelming. But a lot of times, if I am able to break it down one day at a time, like, you know, we've learned and we hear all the time, you know, it seems much more manageable, which is why I think, you know, we have things like taking a daily inventory, like something that, you know, is a staple in the 12-step program. Things like that, you know, like sometimes I really have to remember that all that stuff is there for a reason. And for me, like it is like really to take some of the hugeness out of it, take some of the giganticness out of it, and really put it into a perspective that I can manage and deal with and bat around and be comfortable with, right? I can handle today, like, and one of the things for me recently is like, you guys know I went on a spiritual retreat, and I sort of redid my vision for you, and one of the things in my vision for you that I've made it a point to remind myself of daily is like, dude, the expectations I have for you are this: you show up every day, you do your best, and you be honest with yourself about whether that is happening. You look back on your day and ask yourself if you did everything that you could do that day. That's it. Because I feel like if that is being done, my daily goal is being met.
Sure. I agree with that.
Yeah. So it's like sometimes I can get lost in the rigidity of a goal. I can get lost in the rigidness of everything that's in front of me. But if I just pull some of that out of it and let it be a little bit more vague in such a way that still makes a lot of sense, then it I will say that it seems to be serving me more right now. I can't say that it will always be that way, but for me to take some of that rigidity out of it right now seems to be exactly what I need.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree.
Right.
You know, you break it down into the day because that's really all we have, and so, you know, none of us even know when our last day is going to be.
Right.
And if we can lay our heads down at night and have that ultimate feeling of accomplishment at the end of the day based on our actions, then whether we die that night or the next night or, 60 years worth of nights after that, we do that on a daily basis to the best of our ability, then we will get to the end of our lives and not regret it.
Right.
We will be fulfilled, and hopefully when they come around and interview us in the old folks home, they'll say, what do you regret? And we'll be able to say fucking nothing. I killed it, and this is how, right? Like that's the hope, right? On a daily basis, how can we best help other people to understand their own potential? And I think the answer to that is by exploring and demonstrating our potential by being the people that came through the hell that we came through, self-imposed or otherwise. We came through this major life change and came out the other side of it with the ability to look back and say, I'm worth more than what I gave myself. And the way that I get that, the way that I get a better quality of life, the way that I get the ability to give more to other people in life is through action and by setting goals and achieving those goals and then sharing the achievements that I gained through those goals, because it's never about the medal, right? The medal, I still have the medal, it's hanging on the wall, but what sticks with me is the person that I become through the journey, right? And that's what I get to share with people on a daily basis. Nobody sees the fucking medal. Nobody cares.
Right.
Yeah, people care, right? Like, oh, that's great. But when you gain the ability to share a message of growth through the achievements of your goals, that is where the value lies, right? That's where I got it, was from other people sharing their message. They said, I was fucked up. I shouldn't be here. And guess where I'm at? I'm like, yeah, that's what I want too.
In my mind, I'm thinking of like somebody entering a room and holding up a medal and saying, I got this.
It's like,
and expecting people to respond to that.
right.
Or somebody coming in the room and being like, let me tell you where I came from and what I've just done.
Yeah.
And seeing what really is the prize.
Yeah.
Like what really is the thing that you're going to take with you to the grave.
Right.
So it's beautiful. Beautiful.
No, I like that analogy.
Yeah.
I'm going to see if I can't use that sometime.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll take one of
You
my
should.
medals to the treatment center when I tell my story and just hold it up.
Oh, that'd be cool. That'd be cool.
Okay, I'm done.
I'm going to leave. You guys get it. You obviously get it.
You always, yeah.
You know what I'm saying.
And this is all I got to say.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this is
right
all
now.
I got to say. Then you're a pompous asshole. Nobody gives a fuck.
Yeah, because it doesn't matter.
Good for you.
Yeah.
How did you get that?
Right.
How did you get that?
And what did you go through to get yourself to a place where you could get that.
Right. Right. I'll tell you what, man, sleeping soundly at night is one of the greatest rewards of this lifestyle.